A doctor earns an excellent salary for decades. Yet somehow by retirement there is very little saved. Meanwhile, a school janitor with a modest income quietly builds a surprising amount of wealth over the same years, simply by saving consistently. This happens more often than you might think. And it reveals something most people never learn about money. Most people assume wealth comes from intelligence or from earning enough. But research on personal finance tells a very different story. Welcome back to Gentle Wisdom, where you learn English while becoming a better version of yourself. One story, one step at a time. Today, we explore why building wealth has far less to do with intelligence or income than most people assume. By the end of this video, you will understand why your daily financial behavior matters more than your salary ever could. Let's begin. Lesson 1. Money is behavior, not math. Morgan Housel writes about this in a book called The Psychology of Money, published in 2020. It became an international bestseller, praised for explaining money through psychology rather than spreadsheets. Housel makes a striking claim. Building wealth is not primarily a math problem. It is a behavior problem. Many financially educated people make poor decisions, while people with no financial training build quiet fortunes through simple, consistent habits. The reason is simple. Financial success depends less on what you know and more on how you behave, especially when nobody is watching. This explains why doctors, lawyers, and engineers, despite years of education, sometimes struggle financially, while people with far less formal training quietly build lasting wealth. Wealth is built by behavior, not income. Lesson 2. Why smart people struggle. Here is something counterintuitive. High income can actually make wealth building harder, not easier. As income rises, spending often rises to match it. Researchers call this lifestyle inflation. A bigger salary quietly becomes a bigger house, a nicer car, and more expensive habits. Little more gets saved than before. This is not a failure of intelligence. It is simply what happens when spending expands to match whatever feels normal for your income level. Housel argues that the ability to delay gratification, choosing not to spend on something available right now, matters more than raw financial knowledge. This is a psychological skill, not an intellectual one. Here is one way to test this today. Look at your spending from the past month. Ask yourself honestly how much of it reflected genuine needs and how much reflected simply matching what felt normal around you. Lesson 3. Tariq and Juno. Think about two people who both start earning steady incomes around the same age. Tariq earns a high salary in a demanding career. He feels he has earned the right to enjoy nice things. His spending grows comfortably alongside his income. He assumes he will start saving seriously later, once he earns even more. Juno earns a modest, average income. But from her very first paycheck, she automatically saves a fixed percentage before spending anything else. She rarely thinks about it. It simply happens every month. 20 years later, Tariq has an impressive lifestyle but very little saved. His future depends entirely on continuing to earn at his current level, with no room for setbacks. Juno has quietly built significant savings, simply through decades of consistent, unremarkable behavior. She has options Tariq does not, regardless of what happens to her income going forward. Same number of years. Very different financial futures. Wealth is built by behavior, not income. Lesson 4. Building wealth through behavior. You do not need a higher income to start building real wealth. You need consistent behavior that does not depend on willpower every single day. Housel suggests treating savings like a fixed bill you must pay yourself before any other spending happens. Not an amount left over at the end of the month, but a decision made in advance. Think about how this connects to learning English. Someone with natural talent who studies inconsistently often falls behind someone with no particular talent who simply shows up consistently month after month. Talent creates potential. Consistent behavior is what actually turns that potential into real results in money and in language learning alike. Try this today. Choose one small percentage of anything you earn, even if it is very small right now, and automatically set it aside the moment it arrives. Let the behavior become automatic, so it no longer depends on how motivated you feel that day. The goal is not a perfect number. It is a habit that continues month after month without needing your daily willpower. Every consistent small habit quietly builds more than a single large effort. Every automatic decision protects you from your own changing moods. Every month of unremarkable consistency adds up to something remarkable. So today, do not wait for a bigger income to start building wealth. Build one small, consistent behavior instead. Wealth is built by behavior, not income. You are becoming. Something has shifted in you today. The person who finishes this video is not quite the same as the one who started it. That shift is real. And it is yours to keep. If you enjoyed today's story, please like and subscribe. A new story arrives every day. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments too. Every choice shapes your life. Small habits, big results. And keep becoming. Study Corner, today's English notes. Welcome to the Study Corner. Let's review 3 useful words from today's story. The first word is counterintuitive. In the story we heard, "Here's something counterintuitive." Counterintuitive means the opposite of what you would naturally expect to be true. For example, it sounds counterintuitive, but a higher income can make saving harder. The next word is gratification. In the story we heard, the ability to delay gratification, choosing not to spend on something available right now, matters more than raw financial knowledge. Gratification means the pleasure or satisfaction of getting what you want. For example, delaying gratification today often builds a better future. The third word is automatic. In the story, we heard about savings that happen automatically, without depending on willpower. Automatic means happening without you needing to think about it or decide each time. For example, make your savings automatic so you never have to decide twice. What was the most useful thing you learned today? Or is there anything you want to know more about? Share your thoughts in the comments. Small steps. Every day. You are doing well. See you tomorrow.